Welcome to Powering Through Life on the Deepest That Care Network. I'm your host, Teresa Sims, and I'm a transformational life coach, an award-winning author, and a multiple #1 best-selling co-author. Each week on Powering Through Life, my guests and I will discuss a special topic that is close to their heart. Together we will explore the challenges they have faced in life and learn what strategies and tools they have used to power through their lives. So welcome to Powering Through Life.
And I have a really incredible guest today, and she is a friend of mine, and she's a groundbreaking entrepreneur in so many different ways. And her name is Kathy Eller, and Kathy has decided to make the choice to be happy. Now, we can all use a bit of that. We can all use being more happy, but it's about making that decision, about making that choice for yourself. So, Kathy's change has come from realizing that she was a people pleaser and living up to expectations that someone wants you to have for them. So it's not about you, it's what they want. So after being given the opportunity to reinvent herself a few years back, Kathy entered the entrepreneur world, which for a lot of us is kind of scary, but we have to go with it. Kathy is the owner of a franchise entertainment-style publication and now a creator and contributor to a local community publication. Kathy believes that we can change our story one thought at a time. So her quotes are, change your thoughts, change your life, and that it only takes one person to change your life, you. Kathy, welcome to Powering Through Life. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, Teresa. How are you?
I'm amazing, thanks, and I'm so glad that we're finally getting to do this, and so happy that I can bring you to our listeners. And what you want to talk about is the choice to be happy, which is amazing. What a topic. Yeah.
I think we're all talking about it right now, too.
Yeah, we're talking about it, but are we really doing anything about it, taking the steps to actually, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've always wanted to take the choice to be happy, but I've had some stumbling blocks along the way.
Ah,
so
as
we're all
a lot of
through
us.
life.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a lot of us do too. So, Kathy, will you tell us how you got on this path in life? I know facing your mid-50s is a grand situation for a lot of us and beyond, but what came about to make you have this change of thought?
Well, I think a lot of it started, 20 years ago almost, after my mom passed away. Because you're always living up to people's expectations, and then all of a sudden you're a so-called orphan kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And you're all of a sudden on your own. You're working at a job that's just kind of taking you through life, and you're always behind the scene. You've always thought there's something better out there for you, but I think sometimes surround yourself with a circle of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just come in the last year or so, after owning my own business and realizing that I can do it on my own, and I'm smarter than I thought I was,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm just starting to do some inner work and creating a circle of people around me, including yourself and a few other close friends that you can talk to about your issues,
Mm-hmm.
and bringing them out, saying them out loud makes it so much different than saying them to yourself all the time.
Oh, that's so true. And, from a coaching aspect, verbalizing, giving life to that thought, that plan, that word that you want to say is actually
Mm-hmm.
putting it out to the universe, which is almost the law of attraction as well.
Yes.
Now, did you find, I know a lot of people talk today about having a tribe around them of like-minded women and, people that they can go to, but sometimes that tribe needs to be a little readjusted, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And sometimes, as you're going through your own path, that adjusts on its own a little bit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not afraid to let go of some things because you kind of get your own power back.
Mm-hmm.
You become kind of empowered. It's kind of a bit of a high sometimes, I find, that if you can just stay in your own mind, close out the chatter that goes on, and change the story that you tell yourself about what's going on, you kind of get a revitalization inside of you, I think.
Oh, I totally agree with that. Because, you know, we can be a tribe, or a group of friends, but my path may be totally different than yours. And in time, we end up going different directions, but we still think we want to be that tribe, but it's not always necessary and it's not always helpful. So looking at it from, okay, maybe it best serves you to break away from that aspect, but it could also help the other person as well if you let them go.
Yes, because maybe through some of the work I've been doing, sometimes you can be the toxic situation.
Right.
So sometimes
without
realizing it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like giving the person blessings to say, go and fulfill your dream as I fulfill mine. And that's the most incredible thing you can do for yourself. Yeah,
and then maybe we'll meet down the road again, but with different mindsets.
Absolutely. So what was the trigger for you?
Losing my job a couple of years ago. I started a new job and was let go. And I had to reinvent myself. I thought, 50-something years old, what do I know what to do? And I knew that working for somebody else wasn't the path for me. I've always had a dream of working on my own because you have your ideas and you have your creative thoughts. And sometimes you take them to somebody else. They warp them a little bit, and then you end up losing them. And sometimes a thought can go to somebody. I think it's okay if you have a thought to do something, but if somebody else takes it, maybe you weren't ready for it. So sometimes you have to let that one go and close the door on that idea and move on to the next.
And it has to really resonate with you on so many different levels, doesn't it? Like not just your logical aspect of thinking, but your heart, your soul. It has to be the right thing at the right time, and you have to be passionate about it. And if you're not, then it's probably not the right thing for you.
That's right. And sometimes you have to be uncomfortable about the change too, because you're changing the thought. And sometimes the people around you are wondering, what the heck happened to her? Where is she going? I want her to stay where she was. I don't want her to move on to being somebody else.
Right.
And sometimes, so then you bring that voice into your head too. Sometimes that can make you not move forward. But there's just something in the last little while, I think it's from hanging out with you and some other people and taking some inward look at myself. And maybe it's turning the 57-ish area. You start looking at the rest of your life and you're thinking, oh my God, I got to get doing something, because you start looking about how many years left.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that, but sometimes it faces you right in the face, right?
It certainly does for me as well. And you know, it's we're at a point now where we have the opportunity where we're at that specific age where we can actually create a life that we choose. How we want it. It's all about
choice.
Yeah, and on our terms, not someone else's. So we may be at the stage of retiring from a full-time job, working for someone else, or whatever, you know, your situation may be, whoever, and, you know, you can now choreograph the next stage of your life. And the next, and it's a beautiful gift.
It is. And sometimes you just have to stop and forget about the past. Don't concentrate so much on the future and think about the right now. And I've really been doing that a lot, doing some meditating, journaling, and just being present in the day.
That's excellent. Yep.
I may think things aren't going that well, but I'm thinking, look, you're successful at what you're doing. You have time to make those sales calls. You're doing the work that you're doing for somebody else, but now you're just doing it for yourself.
Right.
And sometimes you feel a little guilty because you are happy about doing it. Sometimes people look at you like, you don't really have a real job, do you? And I'm thinking, yeah, I do.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's the unfair part when you work from home. It's like, you're really not doing anything, are you? But you know what? If they had any idea of what it takes to be an entrepreneur working from home, it's a severe balancing act.
Yes,
However, you can schedule it, you can plan it. And I know you love photography, so I know that in this new situation that you're creating for yourself, you're also blocking in time to do that creativity aspect. And I love your photographs, and I think you're very talented at it. And, I think it's a brilliant thing. And I know you had mentioned earlier about feeling a little bit of uncomfortable about something in a new situation. And I think, when you have a new situation facing you and you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable, or you get that knot in your gut and you're thinking, oh no, I'm scared of doing it. But you know what? I think that's your make or break point. That's the point. If you're challenged and you're feeling that little knot, that's something you can grow from. It could be a great thing if you allow it and don't allow the negativity to grab hold of you.
Yeah, you start to feel again, and you're actually kind of excited about what's going on. You're anxious, and sometimes you have to slow down because you're anxious for the outcome. And I think you have to step back and just pay attention to the daily workings of it. Sometimes I find even it's kind of woo-hooey, but you have to let it go out to the universe, and things change when you let things go.
I agree.
Simmer.
Yeah, totally. I mean, having the nerves about it is good, because that's telling you that there's either something really awesome and I'm really happy about it, or there's something that's going to go wrong and I need to be careful. Yeah. So you make that cognitive decision as to whether you're going to go with it or you're going to block it off. And if it feels right, great. You may try it anyway, and if the pain in the gut or whatever you want to call it keeps going and it gets worse and worse and worse, then you need to really pay attention to the signals, what your body's telling you about this.
Yeah, you have to listen to your body. And when you have a clear mind, it helps with the rest of the body too, I think. I've been doing so much reading and learning about things, but that's another segment. But just on how your mind triggers your body, right? And then when your body talks to your mind and your brain talks to your body,
your mind does play. Your mind is the boss, and it kind of does tell you what's going on and what's going to happen. But we have the choices to change those thoughts and to change those thought processes, and it's whether or not we choose to.
And some people aren't ready to make that choice, but I know I'm a good representation of working with people like you and other people, and how working in your innards can help. Yeah, absolutely. Your life, and you're helping other people around you because you're not so negative. Maybe because I know if you're in a job that you hate, you're letting off some toxic energy. But when you're happy, the people around you are happy.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when you're in a good place and you're letting off those good vibes, if you want to call it, or your happiness or your joy, it will rub off on other people, and it will actually teach other people how to be possibly the same way, because they may be interested in what you're doing, to say, hey, tell me what you're doing, because man, you're really, on a roll here.
What pills are you taking?
Yeah. Joy pill, no. but it can also teach that individual how to interact with you as well, what you will accept and what you won't accept, which is boundaries, right?
Yes, and that's important, boundaries. But it's up to you to make those boundaries, because the other person doesn't care about them. It's you that has to keep it up to them. Yeah, exactly.
So, Kathy, what are the tools or talks that you use to keep on track for yourself?
Well, like I just said, I do a lot of meditation anymore. I journal.
Is there is there a special meditation that you like to use?
Well, I've been following a person online, and she has some, you put your headphones on and you just listen to her twice a day, and it's been helping me. Okay. I don't know if you want that person's name. It's Sonia Riccati. And just taking the time, even if the day's getting crazy, just kind of go and take your 5 minutes and just kind of go stop for a little bit. And just learning to do that and changing when something negative is happening around. It's actually starting to work on me, but I changed the thought and the story about that situation in my head. It's almost subconscious, not subconscious, it's like subconscious thinking is changing with me. So I'm not always going after that because in my business, and from what I've been telling you about, there's people out there watching you sometimes, and sometimes the story that you're telling yourself about that person, what you think they're doing to you is your story. So I've just been changing some things in my mind, and it's becoming automatic.
Oh, that's fabulous, because that's that's the only person on this earth we can change is ourselves. We can't change anyone else or how they react to us or whatever. We only have control over us. And it is kind of going into subconscious to change the programming, change the story of how you react to people, how you look at people, because it may have been jaded by someone else's opinion. Which happens a lot when we're young. It happens a lot when we're young because we listen to our parents or siblings, and that kind of puts a little damper on how we view things. But now you're making the choice to see it clearly through your own eyes, and that's fantastic. So how about journaling? You mentioned journaling.
Yes. I don't know what to do with them after I go because people are going to think I'm weird because of all the words I put down. But just doing a lot of journaling and work plans. Like just when a plan comes to your mind that you want to create something, I just have pages of that and just writing things down and just letting it go. Like don't think about it, just let your pen and your mind write.
Yeah, exactly. It's that physical action of writing it down on paper, of taking the actual thought or feeling out of your body, and the act of physical writing gets that thought, feeling, emotion out on paper, and then it no longer, plays a part inside of you.
And sometimes you might want to go back and read them a little bit, and then you realize what growth you've made because you've read some of those. And I find too, you can type it, but I find writing it in a book is so much different than typing. Yeah,
absolutely. Like I say, the act of physically writing is so important because typing is okay, it's quicker, yes, but it's not the same physical act. It doesn't have the same emotional pull that the tactile aspect.
Yeah, you can do your hearts or you can draw arrows or just do whatever you want on the paper. It's much easier.
Yeah, and I actually have a little thing that I like to tell clients, too. If they're writing something that's really harmful to them and it hurts and they need to get it out of their body, like, for me, it's like, oh, God, there's this big piece of tarry, gross, slimy thing that's stuck within inside me and it's really hurting me and it's pulling me down. So actually physically writing it on a piece of paper, giving it a color, shape, texture, size, all that kind of stuff, visualizing it, just imagining on that piece of paper, and then take it outside and burn it.
Yes.
That just sets it off and it takes it away from you. It's no longer a part of your emotional being, your physical being. It's gone.
And you have to let it go through you and then let it go.
Yes.
And by writing it down, you're taking it through, and then you throw it out, burn it.
Yeah.
And
no one ever will see it. So there you go.
You're all probably some language in there, too, that you don't want everybody to see.
Well, if that's what it needs to do.
Right?
Yeah. If that's what you need to do to get that stuff out of you, then go for it. And nobody will see it. So it's rather healthy. So is there anything else that you do, Kathy, besides journaling and meditation? And I know you love nature, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of a tree hugger. I like to go for hikes and just be by the water. This weekend we went down by the lake because it was so nice out, and just being outside in the garden.
Yeah.
It's kind of hokey to some people, but I find some people are just so rushed in their life. But if you just take some of your time back and just calm down, things will get done.
Well, exactly. I mean, you can't always run 150 miles an hour. You need to stop. You need to take a step back and rethink everything and reconnect with Mother Nature like you did on the weekend. And that's fantastic because you're recentering your your energy pull with the earth.
Just to go out and get the sun on your face is just so relaxing. And I find
it's a beautiful
this isn't just for 50 plus people. I think younger people need to get back to being outdoors.
Oh, I agree.
And even our housing situations, we're so clustered together anymore that just go out and enjoy some space.
Yeah,
just see the blue sky.
Yeah, get outside, enjoy the sunshine, go for a walk, go by the water, go plant a tree, do whatever, smell the roses.
Even if it's winter, like, stop telling the bad stories about winter, like, because it's just going to gnaw at you. Just be grateful that you're here today. If you can stay inside, do some baking, or go outside for a walk, you can bundle up, put boots on, a hat.
Yeah.
But it's the story you tell yourself about the situation out there. And I know we have a lot of influences from TV and social media and that telling us how to think. And I wish people would get back to thinking for themselves.
Good point. Absolutely perfect point, because we're so easily led, and we believe everything as gospel that we see on TV, and it's not. A lot of cases it's not even real, it's just made up. But we have to discern for ourselves what's right and what's wrong.
Stop being taking a ride on the bandwagons. Just start and do your own thoughts.
Exactly.
Think about that. And even say, stop and ask yourself, if you were coming from a place of love or wherever, how would you react to that? Like, just stop and react to, does that sound right, what they're talking about? Maybe it doesn't, so maybe I should be thinking about something else. Just stop and think about something sometimes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have the power of thought. Yeah. And we can decide for ourselves. We're just
just start making them good thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. So, Kathy, what's coming up next for you?
Well, a few things.
Do tell.
I'm taking some of this idea to the next level. Can I tell you later in another segment when it's up and running?
Yes, you may.
I want to just put something out there that people can read and just be happy about reading, and put the message in there about the choice to be happy. It's kind of a subliminal message. It's just good thoughts, and it's going to be an online product.
Oh,
and I'm working on, and I'm learning things too right now too. I think another tool, you're talking about tools. Learn something new every day.
Sorry, I missed that, Kathy. Can you repeat that?
You talk about tools and things to help your growth. Learn something new every day.
Ah, good point. Good point. Something you're not aware of, right? Something, totally new.
Yeah. Because it
expands your mind.
Yeah. Get your brain working.
Yeah.
Because we get a little stagnant.
Well, you know what? We get so caught up in the everyday patterns and the everyday grind, as they want to call it, and we're not going beyond that. And that's the thing. Like, we're not content. We're not happy because we're stuck. But if we make the choice to be unstuck, by learning one simple thing, and that's why I'm a continual educational freak, because I keep learning, because I want, as you know, I want to learn. I want to keep my mind sharp. I want to avoid those illnesses that come on later in life, and I've had a head injury, so I'm prone to that, or susceptible to it, I should say. So I want to prevent it, but I also love learning, and it's a great thing. The information is out there. Just make sure your information is good and solid.
It helps you keep your vibration going higher.
Absolutely. Our inner energy, our vibrational, because we all have, I know Brenda Pierce talks about this too, we all emit frequency, as does the earth. And when we're in vibration with it, we're good. When we're not, it's when things start to go wrong. Yeah.
Was it light attracts light? So you have, if you're surrounding yourself with positive vibrations, then you will become higher vibrations.
Yeah, exactly. So, Kathy, is there one piece of advice that you would like to leave with us today? One. It could be more than one if you like, but.
I think if you're ready to make that choice, get ready to be uncomfortable at the start, because it's sort of a rocky road, and maybe sometimes a lonely road because you're on your own, but you're in your higher self, like you're taking care of yourself. And just do some inner work And I think you can really change your brain thought.
So when you
really
say
concentrate on it.
When you say inner work, what are you referring to?
Your inner happiness. Go find some joy back in your life. Love, peace, joy, gratitude.
Yeah.
It's all inner work.
Check out how you look at things, how you react to things, to people.
Yes.
Is it a good way? Is it healthy? Is it harmful? Is it harmful to you or the other individual? Can you step back for a second and say, wait a minute, I could approach that in a totally different manner, and the outcome will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's true, though, that it only takes one person to change your life, and it's you.
Yeah, very true. I love that. And I also love the other saying that you included from Wayne Dyer is change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change.
Yeah, and I'm a testimonial to that.
Okay. Well, personally, personally, from knowing you for a few years now, I have seen the change. I have seen the transition, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that you've come on and shared your story with us. And
thanks for letting me.
Yeah, anytime. And we will get back when that other project comes a little closer to being launched, and we'll talk about that and get it out there and share it with the world, because I happen to know what it is, and it's awesome.
It's thinking on the bigger scale.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes we think small world, and it's like it's a big old world out there.
Yeah, that's true. And, it's amazing when, I was looking at the map the other day trying to think of all the places around the world where I've touched people's lives or I've spoken with people, and, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe the pin marks all over the world. And it's incredible. Who would have thought, But
I know.
I have a mission, I have a purpose, and I like to use I like to use Powering Through Life to approach people and to share stories from other people who have had success and who have had challenges in life, like a lot of us have. We all have.
Life sucks some days.
It does, but it's how we choose to not make it suck is the best part. And we all have that choice within us, and we just need to take the steps to do it, right?
Mm-hmm. And some people just, it's scary at the start because you might make other people uncomfortable. But
but we don't have to worry about other people, right? We worry about ourselves more because we're ultimately the one it's going to impact, and we're the most important ones there. So, Kathy, thank you. Oh, it's been amazing. I'm so glad that we got to do this. So thank you for listening to Powering Through Life with my incredible guest, Kathy Eller.
Well, Divas, that brings to a close another great, inspiring interview on Powering Through Life. Thank you to my incredible guest for sharing your story with us. Divas, if you would like to connect with my guests, just go to divasthatcare.com, click on my picture at the top, that's Teresa Sims, and there you can access all of my interviews. Don't be shy, reach out if you have any questions, or simply just leave us a comment. Also, you can contact me at my website, that's teresasims.com. Thank you for listening to Powering Through Life on the Divas That Care Network.